Thank you for tuning in to the Doing Business with God podcast.
Hey, you. Yes, you. I am your host, Michi Renee.
It is Michi's passion to help you live your best life and do business God's way. Michi will be talking about entrepreneurship, manifestation, monetization, mindset, beliefs, starting and growing a business, nonprofit, or ministry, all while serving God. So welcome to My Daddy's Business. It's time for the show. It's the Doing Business with God podcast with your host, Michi Renee.
Hi, welcome back to another episode of the Doing Business with God podcast, dedicated to helping you do business God's way. In this episode, I will be talking to you about branding versus marketing. People often think branding and marketing are one in the same, and they couldn't be farther from the truth. So we are going to explore the two today, see what the differences are, and then talk about what areas you are missing. If you're missing the branding piece, if you're missing the marketing piece, possibly you could be missing both. I know at one point in my business I was, but let's get into it. So building a business, there's a lot of buzzwords, different things that are thrown around in the marketplace. And in most cases, it's hard to keep straight what you need to be doing and when you need to be doing it. And marketing and branding are two of the terms that tend to be thrown together, and people think that marketing and branding are the same. But the truth is they are two very different concepts. And if you want your business to be successful, you need to understand the difference between how to effectively use marketing and branding to take your business to the next level. So what exactly is marketing and what exactly is branding? And then what are the differences between the two, and how can you use it to successfully impact your business? So that is what we're going to be talking about today. So from 99 Designs, I loved their definition of what marketing is. So marketing is defined as the set of tools, processes, and strategies you use to actively promote your product, service, and company. I want you guys to think of marketing as the actions you take to connect with your customers and get them to buy your products and services. Some examples of what marketing would be. So marketing is what you would do to connect with your audience. The strategy that you would use, say, on Instagram or Facebook or whatever social media platform you are on, to actively promote your products and services. So this could be your content plan, whatever you are putting out. Let's just say you're putting out a post and you're doing a story share, and your story share is talking about, I'll just use myself, your entrepreneurial journey, how you started and launched your business. And then at the end of that story share, your call to action is to get on a difference maker call to talk to someone about starting their own business or launching their own business or growing their business or scaling. So that is what marketing is. It's the processes, it's the tools you use, it's the strategies you go about to market your products to your audience. So branding, on the other hand, is where marketing ends. So branding is about defining who you are as a company. So that's your mission, your vision, your values, what makes you special and unique. It's your brand elements like your logo, your website, your tagline, or your slogan. That is what would be considered branding. So basically, your marketing is what gets people to engage with your company for the first time, and your branding is what keeps them coming back day after day, month after month, year after year. So think about it like this. If your brand was a smoothie, then your branding would be the special things that you put in those smoothies. And then your marketing would be anything and everything you do to get your customers excited about buying one of your smoothies, taking a drink. And so that could be your social media ads, that could be your content, that could be your photographs, perhaps that could be the gifts you use, the colors that you use in your marketing. Those are some of the things in that example that I gave that it could be for you. So let's talk about some of the differences between marketing and branding. While marketing is used to promote your product or service, branding is actually to actively shape your brand and who you are. You need to have strategies for both, and both have different goals and different results. Marketing is going to get your customers' attention. Branding is going to be a way to keep their attention. So your marketing is going to drive sales, and your branding is going to drive recognition and loyalty. Branding is going to come first, and then marketing is going to come second. Most of the time, what I find with the clients that I work with and people in various industries and various different parts of business, what happens is people are trying to do marketing first, and they don't know their mission. They don't know their vision. They don't know their why, their target market, their audience, who their customer is. They don't know they don't have their branding piece nailed down. So when they start to try to do marketing, they come up with crickets. They don't make sales. They don't get the people coming to their website or any of those things because their marketing is too broad and it's too general. So they're not connecting with anyone. I can absolutely say that that was my problem in the past, is I was trying to market, but didn't know who my audience was. I didn't know who I wanted to serve. It was too broad. People didn't understand what I was doing in my business. I, at the time, was a life coach, or I called myself a personal power coach. So I was helping women take back their power. And what does that mean? That was very vague, very broad. It didn't specify who my brand was for. What I should have said was something like, I help busy moms take care of themselves first to show up more in their family, something like that. It would have been more specific than I'm a personal power coach and I help women take back their power. The other statement was a little bit more specific. And so a busy mom that wasn't putting herself first, or whatever the case, would know, oh, okay, this brand is for me. So let me go look at their marketing and see what it is that they're doing. This may be some products or services that I may want to take advantage of. And so that's kind of where I'm seeing people are falling short, is because they're confusing marketing and branding. They try to skip steps and not do the work, because branding takes a little bit of time. You have to sit down. You have to think about it. You have to know what your mission is. You have to know what your vision is, your values, what you stand for. You have to know these things, because if you don't know these things, you can't move on to the second phase, which is marketing. So if you have found yourself in a position where you're not making many sales, you're not making enough sales, it could be because your branding is off. You haven't nailed down enough who you're trying to reach. And so I would advise you to go back and work on the branding piece. And if you need help with that, feel free to schedule a difference maker call with me. The call is free and I can help you through that. Marketing strategies come and go. They change over time. They can change from one moment to the next, but your brand is forever. Your brand doesn't change. Your mission, your vision, who you serve, why you serve them, your audience, that doesn't change. Your company may evolve and you may have additional segments of people who are actually coming in, but your core message, your core branding does not change. It just evolves over time. So if that is the case, you have to make sure that you have done the work on the front end. Branding has just as much of an impact on your products and services as it does marketing. And it is key that you really have your brand nailed down so that you have your marketing nailed down. Because what you will find is if your branding is off, your marketing is going to be off. And the marketing costs you money, whether you're paying for ads, paying for influencer marketing, you're blogging, these things take time to create. Some of them, whether you're doing tangible dollars out or it's intangible dollar amount based on things that you're doing, you really have to make sure that your branding is nailed down. And so with that being said, my question to you at this moment is, who are you marketing to? Do you know those branding components? Why you're in business, your values, your unique propositions, your missions, your vision. Have you done the work? And I know some of you may be thinking, well, I've been in business for 2, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and I'm still clueless as to the branding and marketing piece. I totally get it. Branding and marketing definitely is a lot. And it can make or break your company. If you find that you are in a state to where you are unclear on your branding, so therefore you're unclear on your marketing, I do have a 7-day clarity boot camp you can take advantage of. It's a very, very low cost. I actually suggest everyone to go through the 7-step models for clarity. Any and every time you add a new product, a new service, you do anything additional in your business. So $39.97 investment that you would pay for the 7-day clarity bootcamp is worth it because you'll be able to use it for years to come. Every time you actually, like I said, add something additional to your business, you are able to use it. You are able to take advantage of that actual product. So it's one that would always keep working for you. It's nothing that you only do one time. You can do it multiple times and use it over and over and over again in both your life and your business. So what is branding? I hope from what we've discussed so far, you're able to answer what branding is, because it's a simple question that many, many business owners struggle with. And so sometimes people think the branding is your color palettes, your fonts, your logos, and it is those things, but it's even more than that. It's your brand personality. It's your total branding all together. So I am going to read you guys some sample pieces of your branding. And this is what I call my brand bio, which this took me some time to put it together. It wasn't something that I sat down in 15 minutes and came up with this. No, it took me weeks to come up with this. So my mission is that the Unicorn Tribe will connect with Christian women to help them feel supported, motivated, inspired, led, and empowered to live the life they love and create the business she desires, one woman at a time. My vision is that the Unicorn Tribe will become the premier go-to brand for life and business coaching, helping Christian women around the world to embrace their uniqueness, to teach women how to create the life they love and the business they desire through fun and aligned action. My core values is fun. We believe that any work we do should be fun and productive. 2, uniqueness. We believe that differences make us special and we embrace those differences. Spontaneity. We believe that everything should not be planned and should just flow freely. Spirituality. We believe in Christianity. We put our faith and trust in God. Equality. We believe everyone should be treated equally and fairly. Genuine. We believe in being ourselves and truly showing up 100% of the time. Communication. We believe in communicating and expressing ourselves even when it's hard. Balance. We believe that every area in our life requires balance. God, life, work, family, business, etc. Giving. We believe in being a cheerful giver. We give 1/10 of our business and personal income back to the kingdom of God. Collaborations and partnerships. We believe that our audience deserves the best, so we will bring other industry experts in to lead when we need to.
We hope that you are enjoying this episode. If you would like to be a guest, check the show notes for all the details. Let's get back to the Doing Business with God podcast with Michi Renee.
So part of my brand bio is we are women, unapologetically bold, fun, spontaneous, confident, unique, different, walking in our purpose and passion, living our truth, connecting with God, creating the life we love, and the business, nonprofit, or ministry we desire through fun and aligned action. My core desires, my desire to make the world a better place by helping all women embrace their uniqueness, to monetize their skills, gifts, and talents in fun and aligned ways, both in life and business. This desire is important to me because I want women to know just because they're different based on society's standards doesn't mean they can't show up and be exactly who they are and in whatever way they are doing. Because of this, I show up every day in my uniqueness, ready to embrace other women in theirs. When I show up in my business, I want to feel empowered, excited, passionate, helpful, freedom, led, connected, transparent, vulnerable, inspired, financially free. I want my clients to feel eager, ready to work, open, honest, committed, vulnerable, excited, valued, and what they receive from me is of value. I, Michi Renee, promise to never let myself or others convince me that perfect is better than done. I know that done is better than perfect. And while I may be ready for results, I will walk before I run and surrender to the process so I can attract engaged followers who turn into leads and ultimately buyers. So that is my brand bio. That is what I want for you, for people to know what your brand purpose is. And your brand purpose helps you clarify what your brand believes in, why it exists, and why your customers should get on board. With so many brands and companies and people and things out there, you want to be top of mind. You want your people to always be thinking of you. So just to bring it full circle, your brand is your design. It's your value. It's your strategy. It's your logo. It's your marketing. It's your advertising. It's your identity. It's your trust. That is what makes a brand. So do you have all of those guidelines that make a brand? I would probably say, if I had to guess, that you don't. You don't even have half of the things in place that make your total brand. So what are you going to do moving forward from today in order to complete your brand and to start branding and marketing effectively? One of my favorite quotes is from Maya Angelou, and it says, when you know better, you do better. What do you need to do better on today? How can you better serve your clients, your audience? How can you use branding and marketing to work for you instead of against you? I know it can be super frustrating. I've been there, done that. And it takes time because over time, you'll have to tweak your messaging, tweak your branding. I've had to do that over the last 6 months to tweak my messaging because I realized that some of the things that I was saying was not connecting with my ideal clients. And so I had to research, do market research, do internet research, actually talking with my potential clients to see what messaging that I was saying and how it was resonating with them and what I could do to make some changes and to make my audience better understand and not be confusing and all over the place. And I can understand where that comes from because sometimes we have so much that we want to say, so much that we want to do, that we try to put the things that we want to say in one email, in one piece of content, in one blog post. And we say it 5 or 6 different ways, not realizing in the same message. And our audience is confused. And sometimes when people are confused, instead of asking questions, they just keep moving right on past you. Even if they think, well, maybe she can help me. It seems like it, but I'm a little confused. But you know what? I'm not going to really ask any more questions. I'm just going to keep scrolling past her content and find someone else that I can clearly understand a little bit better and be able to consume what I need to right at that time. So I just really want you guys to get it because I know how frustrating it can be when you're putting your all, when you're giving your all, and it doesn't seem like you're getting the results that you want to get. Don't give up. You can do it. Put forth a little effort into your branding, going back and doing the work to get clear on your branding and your marketing. Once you do that, You will soar like an eagle. But click in the show notes and you will be able to schedule your free difference maker call so you can get some clarity today. I pray that you have enjoyed this episode of the Doing Business with God podcast. Share this with someone else if you have enjoyed this, and subscribe so that you never miss a Doing Business with God podcast episode ever again. Give us a review and let us know what you think. We want to keep bringing you everything and anything that you want to hear. Drop us a comment, leave us a note, and make sure you tag us on Instagram stories at Doing Business with God podcast. We look forward to hearing from you soon. It's been an amazing time with you here today. So have the most amazing day ever. Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Doing Business with God podcast. If you love this podcast, please share it with your family and friends. Leave us a review and help us grow. We also want to hear about your biggest takeaways. Take a picture of this episode and tag us on Instagram stories under Doing Business with God. And we'll see you next episode.
I am your host, Michi Renee. Get clear, got strategy, secure the bag. Have the most amazing day ever.
You've been listening to the Doing Business with God podcast.